For recording posterity, which I had forgotten to start, there's just been a fight breaking out here. A foreleg stabs into the abdomen of this flattened warrior, and Vadik can't help but sort of... His body doesn't move, but he gasps slightly and recoiling a bit. Oh god, which of these... I need to title the page as to which our current one is. Oh no. Alright, here it is.
Who's on the head of it?
There's two of Sean's character right next to each other.
One always lies.
Top of the order to you. It's the Forgiven Soldiers. It's just... They've gone as far as they can. So they're gonna have to toss javelins. They are unsuccessful. Those who can shoot out javelins of light, which the Espers nimbly sort of like seem to redirect. These ones seem to have much more powerful control over psychokinetics in particular, allowing them control over sort of space and matter. Alright, this guy's turn. Looks like Hebram's finally out of his purview. What if he does, though? What if he just throws a giant water container at Hebram for the fuck of it?
I mean, go for it. I killed his friend, right?
Yeah. He's gonna turn his sights on this horrific war machine. Sean, you can roll physique. He regards you and then reaches his hand towards something else and tips this big water tower on top of you. He like breaks it at its roots, and it falls and collapses onto you, and the best it does is wash some of the blood away as your armor is entirely unbent.
Damn.
My blood.
Someone scoop it up.
Get it! Get it!
Hebram.
I'm not going to concede.
Do it.
I'm going to rise up on my broken, shaken frame and look at
Oh,
Tusk and
yikes.
shout at him. Tusk! I've waited long enough for you to die. Today I take what is... I'm going to start moving towards him, and it's not good. It looks like this dude's on his last leg. But as he does so, he's going to remove the white dagger. And he's going to throw it to where it lands maybe 5 feet in front of you in the dirt.
Tusk will look to the dagger to Hebram and he'll say, "They've corrupted your mind."
And he'll just say, "Pick up the dagger." And you would know in this tribe or whatever group we're in that picking that up basically agrees to a blood duel. Like, this is end game stuff. He probably killed quite a few people even to get up to lieutenant.
Tusk will look at the dagger and he'll say,
Karish, pick it up.
"This is your choice, Hebram."
This is my song.
He will say, "Then I will grant you the honorable request. Mounted or unmounted?"
I challenged you, not Koresh.
He will,
Actually, I challenged Koresh, not you. Get off.
yeah, this
Karis
was my
picks up the
fight.
dagger.
Yeah.
Okay, and obviously take a fate point for your fifth aspect.
You got it.
He will, he'll hop off and in a pretty smooth motion reach down and pick up the dagger and throw it behind him between himself and Karish, accepting the duel.
Oh, yeah. PvP engaged. Don't leave the flag.
Gosh.
So yeah, this gives you quite the conundrum on how you want to handle this in turn order, Declan. Whatever you want to
I'm just
do.
gonna have it be in regular turn order, but like, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I want to give your turn to you because
Because I'm gonna die.
yeah, none of that was necessarily an action, and otherwise Tusk would be going first. I was just gonna have it be in normal order, and like you guys will go when you go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can have him. You can. That shouldn't take up his turn.
Yeah,
That was just setting this up.
we're all agreed. Hebram, it's your move.
Putting whatever strength is left inside of him to his feet, he's gonna stand straight and rush forward. And let's see how this goes.
Holy shit!
cow.
By the way,
shit.
Hebram's got some stats, some stunts.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
I knew this was gonna be cray because
Yeah.
he's so injured.
God damn! Let's do
And
it.
I'm also gonna use the fate point.
Wow!
Based on my third aspect. So that's 12.
Holy shit!
So, 11 shifts
11
over
stress.
Tusk. I say that squares
Yeah.
the field.
Yeah, I think so. Holy shit!
Cutting loose in a way that you've probably only seen once or twice. He will howl, truly a hound of war, as he brings his hammers down upon you. Still a larger man, but one he's fought with for probably a decade,
So Tusk,
so he knows where to hit.
you've collected some fate points over time. How would you like to handle your defense?
Well, let's see. You can do. You can only do like one at a time, right?
Oh, no.
If you can think of multiple
Great.
things to take advantage of, it's just more convincing for me. Yeah, each individual aspect only once.
All right. Each individual aspect only once. I mean, so right now he takes 11 damage, so that would fill me up. We got 7 here, 1, that'd be 8, and then I would still have 3,
Yeah, gosh.
which is at a moderate.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So if I were to use a fate point, I could bring that down to a mild, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think because I really don't like leaning on just like the actual like the high aspect there.
I would allow it thematically in this moment because it's two
Yeah, I
rounds
think
fighting.
in this instance, just with who he is, I think that I would I'd use number 1. Do I want to argue and use? Because I was gonna try to say I could probably do number
4.
4. Yeah.
Sounds like agreement.
In just that he's like going in this, and that would take 2, so that would bring it down. So that'd be a. To bring it down to what?
7.
9? 7? Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, I'm gonna buy number 4 just in the case of, just because it's getting you just out of a consequence.
Yeah.
So you probably
And
have
that's-
something deeper than a flesh wound that you're ignoring.
Honestly, yeah, like exactly where I was going with it was just the fact that he's like ignoring the fact that that was such a tremendous hit because he believes himself to be infallible.
Yeah.
My only other last ask was, can I get a fate point for volunteering to not be mounted?
Sure.
Ugh. Oh no.
Thanks. I wouldn't be that worried, Abram. You're gonna roll. First of all, I've been waiting for this, and second, you're gonna absolutely destroy me.
This
I
is a lot
have,
more even than I thought.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is pretty good.
No, I knew it was.
excited to
I'm
see
like,
what
man, the
happens.
more hurt. I'm like sitting here biting my nails, watching Abram take hit after hit.
It's kind of what he wants, but he is really on the edge there.
Yeah.
And even like him like I wanted it though. I'm glad he didn't concede, and I hope Abram wins.
Gentlemen, going into this fight, I'll remind you both. The extreme consequence is a thing for 8.
Oh, I was
8
gonna use
slots
it.
of damage.
Yeah. That was the plan.
So, your hammers thud meatily, cracking a bone likely, but you don't see a register on Tusk's face. So you may have broken part of the body, but the spirit, which is the thing that matters, remains hardened against your presence.
Fall!
He says, I cannot.
I think my turn.
Barden rises to his feet, spitting in the direction of that damned war machine, and then turns back to the Espers and says, well, he didn't say anything, he just says, "And this!" Sprinting forward and driving an attack for this group. Splish. He manages to, actually, no, that's not how my rolls just went. They take hold of his blade and make it drive past his target, which he looks at as though his hand has betrayed his body. And, now, time for this. Oh, no. Immediately after that happens, the Espers in this group react. And all putting their hands out, there's just a camera shot of Barden's face from the front. It's just a front-on shot of him, and with no fucking, like, no visible thing happening. He just flies back as though hit with a giant invisible hammer and bounces off of Surrogate Soldier 226. Blood spurting from his mouth and armor and wound. And he collapses to the ground, nearly dead. These guys are gonna come do battle here. It's not. It doesn't go well for. Oh wait, yep, they're executed. Rightfully.
Okay. Judiciously.
Yes. Surrogate Soldier, you can roll physique.
Oh, he said BRB, one sec.
Oh shit.
I didn't notice that either.
I'm gonna continue with something else then. Actually, I can't.
Sorry,
We
I
move
had
to
to
Tusk
pee.
for now.
All right. Tusk will kind of. I don't actually know if he would appear to be that much larger at this point, just with how hyped up Hebram is. But trying to be physically imposing, we'll just say, "Now of all times, you challenge me."
Just kind of stare up at him and say, I should have done it sooner.
We'll say, "And what would you do if you won?"
I would make sure we are not forgotten.
He says, "They were never going to remember you."
Oh, good shit.
And
That's it.
he's got
That's my turn.
yeah, that's my turn. Take roll damage.
I want to take my death.
Yeah. We've established before that he's got like a long halberd on his back, but much more to Hebram's speed at his side. He has just a very meaty hand axe, and he will reel that back on a shoulder, and I will absolutely use a fate point on this, which I would go with number 3, just making him even more ferocious with his reputation.
God, I hope I kind of just get gutted. Let's see what happens.
Let's see. So I'll just apply it preemptively.
Sure.
No.
Oh, I might be able to beat that. Come on, Hebrew. I don't have enough fate points. I'm going to have to take the severe.
Oh my god.
God, what does he do?
I'm at the end.
Does he cut off your arm or something? Jesus.
If you
How-
want to, like...
How severe do you want it to be? Because I mean,
I have
okay.
one more, and then that can be something extremely...
Alright, so if you're okay with this, he's gonna drive it right. You've got a fleshy part on top and underneath your collarbone, and there's a good amount of tendons there, and Tusk just fucking going for it. Just arm pitched back at the shoulder, brings that down, crashes through the collarbone, and just buries itself into your shoulder.
Whoa.
And with that, he'll just howl, which is a sound that you're used to being on the other side of.
Yeah, running alongside with. So broken collarbones, accurate.
Yeah.
Okay. But I stay in it.
Yeah, for the moment.
Maybe standing just because of the weight of the halberd against my shoulder, or sorry, the blade against my shoulder. Go ahead.
So, dialing back to Sean's turn. Oh, right. Dialing back to the Espers' turn, because we're going to have them attack Sean. Sean, roll physique. That's the best you guys can do with that? These two groups work together. Fucking brush tool. These two groups work together. I'm just constantly putting little dots on the pages as I try to click shit. They work together, and they take the pieces of that collapsed water tower, and they sort of wrench inwards and try to crowbar your chassis apart. And it only works for 2 physical stress. Otherwise, the bolts are holding.
Alright.
And a second ago, Bard in here, you could see by the blood spatter, he just got blasted into your side, and is fucking looking rough.
Yeah.
Alright.
And it's your turn.
I'm gonna attack blue group again. Blue man group. I'm just gonna do... Actually, no. Stay back and do a shoot 'em.
No. Alright, what do you shoot at them?
Javelins from its javelin launcher will kind of place and then fly out.
These huge, jagged, horrible implements of death drive into the remaining ones, as they can redirect some, but you have like a Gatling gun of overwhelming ordnance, and eventually one by one they're speared to the ground, unable to keep up their offensive.
Oh.
Alright, forgiven time. They're gonna charge the remaining ones. Oh wait, actually. Yeah. They're gonna charge the remaining ones. These fucking rolls. They clash weapons here, or are held back by psychokinetic force fields as they drop pallets and defenses and shields. But over by the green, they are pretty rightly ended by staves and sword, and one soldier just grabs the head of an Esper, placing his hand flat to it, and just a dozen flashes of light go off like explosions and fucking just demolish their face. Yedrick, I guess he'll... I just
So
saw the
good.
Harry Potter.
I was dying over here. There's the elk behind him.
I was gonna put antlers on it. I considered it.
Very good.
He is going to finally. He doesn't know quite what to do. He starts to back up and tries to eliminate some of the Forgiven forces. Oh Jesus! Which he does pretty rightfully. He helps the guys on this side and obliterates, like, not even anything comes directly for them. Just several of the Forgiven seize up as their armor crunches inward and seems to, like, puncture their ribs and collapses them back to the ground in gushy blood piles. Hebron.
Oh.
Okay. With the axe stuck in his shoulder and only one hammer in his right hand, he will look up and say, "I'll make sure you remember me, Tusk." And then I'm going to try to blind my dude. So let's see how well this fight goes.
Oh my god.
If they're not going to remember him, at least Tusk might. No.
Let's see.
Let's see
I
what
bet I
can
can
do.
fuck that up.
Okay.
Oh.
You know what I'm gonna do?
You gonna fate point it?
I'm gonna re-roll it, my dude. Go big.
Roll it.
Jesus.
Go big, because I'm dead
Spin
after
that
this.
wheel.
Oh, that's scary.
Abram. You got it, man. Okay. Cross my heart. Alright, let's go. Not much better.
Damn.
Not much
That's
better.
what it is, my dude. Okay. So that's my fate points. Maybe expecting more, bringing the hammer down. Maybe you just take it.
At least with 2 over, you get past his 1 remaining physical
Yeah,
spots.
you will put me into a mild consequence.
Yeah, he'll remember that, Bruce.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say bruised brow.
And maybe looking more disappointed and shocked and afraid than he ever has. Hebron will look into the eyes of this monster.
He'll look down and say, "Do you understand now, whelp?"
Oh. I'm not gonna say anything. Maybe I'll live. Maybe everything will be okay.
I'll remind you too that for 2 turns you're bleeding.
Oh,
What?
so what's that mean?
Nothing yet. It's a stunt. I say I remind like everybody fucking knows what my stunts are. Because I succeeded with style over you over the last attack. You bleed for 2 turns, which means the next time that I'm fighting, you're defending against an additional +1 damage.
Okay.
Technically, if anybody attacks you, you add a 1 to it. So if for whatever reason one of these espers peeled off and attacked you, it would be with a +1.
Okay.
That's a cool stunt.
Yeah, I like
That
that.
finally came into play. Tusk
My
like never
turn.
rolls fight, so
Oh, that's right. I'm captain of the turn order.
Yep.
yeah.
I was wondering why Hebron wasn't going.
Because he's dead.
The chaplain will steady himself. His vision fucking blurry as shit. And he's going to look up to the monk. Wait. And grasping his weapon more firmly, it gets imbued with the light given upon them by the Archbishop, and he charges this direction. And the monk has a measure of fear in his eyes, unsure what to do. What can you do about this? Okay. It strikes him for 1 damage as he cleaves into his robes and imbues a flesh wound upon the man. What's left of the Espers? Alright.
New title.
Wow, that was a good roll. Wow, so similarly to on this side, a few of these Forgiven are taken out. They're similarly psycho-crushed, you might say, by this armor venture. Less than before. It's less impressive, but only by a slight margin. They are... Two of them are thrown from the pack, leaving their forces slightly more meager. And let's see on this side. An additional one is killed of the flock over here on the Forgiven side. It appears people are just ignoring the tank at this point, which you're just sort of taking things in the order you can. Sean, it's your turn, and you're generally unchallenged.
Alright, sick.
People are gonna be sick. I see what you do.
These guys over here. And slam them. It's a good fight.
Okay.
Damn, alright.
Yes, you obliterate two in the way that you do. You sort of crash the building behind them, and they just disappear from sight with, what is it you do?
This time it's just going for, like, basically a giant punch. Both disgusting fists.
You flatten two out of the pack, not fast enough to dodge. Tusk.
Oh. All right.
Do it.
Tusk is going to. Tusk is going to. He's going to plant one hand on the axe handle, like a just for leverage, and he will raise his other hand high overhead. And looking down at Hebron,
You gotta beat an 8 or else I'm still alive.
I was gonna say, I don't even necessarily know that he has anything to say. He kind of said it much last time. So this is with the +1, and if I need to, I can add a fate in there too. Let's see.
Oh my god. Okay. 1. Can you do 8 damage to me?
What?
No, I don't. Is that how it works?
I mean,
Explain how-
technically it's occupying the only space you have available.
Oh, I'm just saying if you could do more than that, you could kill me.
If you could do, well,
Because don't I have the one step above? Because they're severe, but then there's the consequence.
yes, there's the
Yeah, if you want
extreme
to go
consequence.
into extreme, yeah.
Oh,
you
I'm
can
doing
go-
extreme.
Okay, well, with what Tusk is going to do is he's going to bring his other hand down, like the one that he's got pitched up, and for extreme, we'll just destroy the bridge of your nose and your brow.
Oh,
Oh.
He just a meaty fucking Watchman pink globs of blood hit comes down. I can't beat 8 damage to push it into the next thing, so
Save your fate points.
yeah. But it's a pretty devastating blow. I feel like you can start to feel your skull kind of cave,
Oh.
and you're kind of, I guess, almost in an ironic twist of fate, blinded by your own blood.
That's cool. That would be a good thing for you to compel when you kill me.
Yeah, and Tusk. I don't know if you're recoiling back from the hit or if you're scrambling back, but ending his turn, Tusk will pull the dagger from the ground.
Oh man. Okay, so maybe I stay where I'm at, but you go get the dagger. I like that.
I think it's pretty close to us.
Yeah.
We'll pull that. Oh, I'm gonna drop.
his arm will stretch.
Yeah, he
like
Dulcim
Gumby.
arms it.
All right, Declan, you're up.
In the continued fray, with soldiers clashing against invisible force fields and trying to drive through shields they can't even see, slowly Espers are getting felled in greater numbers than the Forgiven. And Diedrich, sort of reeling back from this assault by Barden, will look back to a pile of stones and reach out and throw them at Barden as a barrage. Everybody, no matter what their stat is rolling like piss. This is like the weakest, wimpiest fight behind the scenes.
Eh.
But similar to Hebron taking a fucking extreme consequence with one shift over, all Barden has to offer is a severe, and so the stones thud heartily into his center mass, and each one draws more blood out of him and cracks more ribs as he starts to collapse backwards. Hebron.
Eves.
Realizing that this may be his last chance, he brings his hammer into both hands and charges forward with an overhand strike. Let's see how this goes.
Oh,
Yay! That's my boy, Heaves.
Man, at my best, I still take 2. Jesus Christ. Alright.
If you
Damn.
can't handle me at your worst.
Okay.
Alright. Six shifts of damage would be...
straight into severe.
What's a 4?
Moderate.
Okay. Do I have to sell you on a different aspect this time?
What are you going for?
I'd say I got blood run down my face, which would be cinematic.
That's true, you can tap that.
Yeah, I think just if I could just tap the fact that he's near death and that bolsters me.
You can tap the literal consequence you imbued upon him.
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
So if you want to do broken collarbone or that one, whatever one.
Yeah, I'll do the most recent one, like face caving in, and I'll take a moderate.
Okay, and
I'm still succeeding with style, so I'm going to take 1 point away, which still fills that spot, and
Okay.
get a boost. I'm playing this out. This
Yeah.
is my character. I got
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I know this is long, but
No,
It's
I
worthwhile.
Dig it.
yeah.
I dig it. So what do you do when you hit me, so I know what the consequence will be?
Maybe you're surprised by the speed of it. He brings it down straight on your head.
Damn.
Maybe it's the weight of the leather on your head or the scalp that protects you, but I imagine it's still quite a...
Yeah, I like for added cinematics too. Like you, so that's a horned jaguar skull on his head.
Okay, cool.
You can crack it right down the middle,
Ooh,
Oh.
alright.
and I mean, obviously he gets hurt too. He's not just like my skull hat.
My favorite hat. No,
My favorite hat, no!
Garfield.
Garfield. All right.
oops. Who cares at this point? Guys, here are the names.
Oh boy.
I didn't even want to go to
Saw
that
it.
map.
Where are we going?
Now that I know the names, I'm unstoppable.
Go to camera 1. Go to camera 3. No, go to camera 6. Let's just see here. Oh, yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty decisive. The warrior goes to cast her hand up, and it is collapsed upon by one of the forelegs of Sappington, who then lurches down in a quick, decisive bite, rips her throat out.
There we go.
Damn.
And there's like a moment of hesitation as her eyes are wide and sort of realizing what's happening. And then Savington draws back and just removes the viscera from her. And Vadik notably reacts. You can see his eyes squinting shut behind the mask, and he looks away. And he appears in great mental anguish as she passes.
Not really allowing him a moment. Following up on his name's Vadik.
Vadik, yes.
Vadik. Following up on Vadik, kind of trying to play smart by pining the brothers against each other. Harold will kind of walk a little bit closer. That whoop whoop.
Now it'll happen to you too.
He'll meander a little closer and he'll say, now you may not be interested in imparting knowledge, but let me tell you something about my sibling, the eldest Ira. He's looked after us all of our existence. This lifestyle was one which I was never suited. The hardships of where we were born and where we were raised, thanklessly protecting me and allowing me to study the mannerisms of the mind and bloom the seed of enlightenment with which I was born, to lift us up, while Ira shoulders the burden he has chosen to bear. Your lack of awareness only serves to delineate the difference between enlightenment and mundanity. He says, I guess kind of drawing his hands together and kind of lacing his fingers, he'll say, we, the brothers Ira, know that the eldest Ira never existed.
His
Mhm.
eyebrows raised behind the mask.
He'll say, there is a larger picture, a painting I will observe. How will it render you in your self-imposed final moments, I wonder?
He is without speech. And Savington takes a stomping step forward and says, I'm picturing a lot of red in the picture.
All right.
Ira just kind of folds his hands behind his back.
Ugh.
She steps ever closer, looming over him, and he seems unmoved, although his lip is stiff. And he looks to you, Ira. Roll a deceive.
Can do. Wow,
Cool.
cannot do.
There's a moment, although he is getting eclipsed by the form of Savington, where you look clearly into each other, and you sort of feel his presence. Somewhere so far in the back of your mind that other Ira couldn't reach him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I understand. I understand how you can see fate. It's true. At which point Savington leaps upon him like a hungry shark.
Huh.
He disappears from view.
Ira, with his expression so notably always kind of very casual and like nonchalant, his brows will sort of raise a bit, kind of in surprise, as maybe even he kind of lifts a hand, but it's like well too late as Savington just devours the man. And maybe he, like, after a moment's pause, brings his fingers to his lips, kind of tapping as his pincers sort of chitter.
She takes a good minute to devour the brain, and drawing back many strings of viscera clinging to her chin and reaching from the elder's decrepit, eviscerated body, she leans back and looks to the sky and says, oh, this is euphoria. She sort of puts her hands out like she's directing an orchestra and starts to shrink back into her normal self. And she begins cackling aloud and spinning, pirouetting in the room as if she's dancing at a ball.
Mm-hmm.
She twirls and her ripped dress sways around her. She dances into absolutely scattered, spattered blood of these Espers. She says, I understand. I understand now. Oh, I'd have so much more. He was old, but I will live forever. Free to wield Esper powers as I wish. Lord Ira, do you have any idea what you have just permitted?
He says, nah.
No.
I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm thinking through. Ira maybe even like was completely lost in his head for a second, and he looks up and he says, "It was not exactly my permission so much as it was fate's." He says, "You played the game. It was as it was intended to be."
Yes. Yes, and you. I get it now. She points at you. Of course. Oh, that is dangerous, Lord Ira. Do you even know?
He tips his head, and the eldest says, "Ira, what is she speaking about?" Ira says, "I'm not entirely certain, Ira." He'll continue kind of speaking to her and say, "What is it you speak about, Baroness?"
It's very important. The places we were born, it influences you to a degree you wouldn't. Her face starts to fall. She's not smiling. Son of a
He
bitch.
says, "Whoa, language." He says, "What is it?"
Son of a bitch. And she starts to charge to the back of the room where these stairs are.
Yeah.
She screams back. She says, he played us! Some future seer you are! Do you follow? Because she quickly disappears from sight.
Trying to decide what I want to do. Can I get a fate aspect?
Can you get a fate?
A fate point for choosing to follow her out of my own curiosity of what she knows that I may not.
I'm gonna... Which aspect would that be?
I don't get involved unless fate makes it clear I should. Everything happens for a reason.
I was thinking of a different angle for that one for giving it to you, but either way, yes?
I
You feel that compulsion of fate that you would behold something if you followed her.
Yeah, my angle was kind of that, like, he was suddenly possibly revealed information that he wasn't even privy to himself, and like maybe he divines that's part of why he's here.
Mm-hmm.
So he will follow her, and his brother will say, "Do not." He'll say, "We must."
And fate wins out.
Fate points went out, and he follows her.
She is stomping frantically down the stairs. We just arranged some things.
She's still stomping frantically down the stairs.
Yeah.
It's the endless staircase from Mario 64.
Yahoo!
It's a loading screen
I
where they
warned
just
you, brother.
Do a backward
We're-
jump.
we're trapped here forever, brother.
God, what's the actual technical term?
I forget the, yeah.
Ah, God, I still kill her.
You stomp down the stairs, and you see a wide valley. There are reference images there. A wide port in the back of this temple that connects directly to the seafront. And you see boats full of child espers, led by adults, already on their way out of the port.
Ah.
Got him.
Savington steps up to the ridge and stomps and screeches at the top of her lungs as they all make their way out. They depart completely well outside of your range of just anything.
Ugh.
Their
Hyrule
levels below, and the last one is already it's this one with another warrior priestess looking lady who has just sort of unroped and pushed off, and she looks over the children in her own vessel and then back up to you, and there's a measure of surprise and then the tiniest hint of despair. And then she steels her jaw and clenches her fist and turns her chin up at you as she leaves port.
Damn.
I feel like almost Savington is the one up front. Ira's
Yes.
kind of a little bit behind her, almost in like childlike wonder, watching as they sail away. And he says, "Well, my," he
No!
says,
No!
"this is fascinating."
She stomps. No! This was always their plan! He stole us! He meant to die there! You
He says,
idiot! She stomps back toward you and gets up in your face.
Says, "It was as fate designed it. He permitted you to take his life for their own. Is that not fascinating?"
She's gonna slap you.
Ow! Is it for any like actual damage, or is just like just that action
Yeah,
of it?
she's really mad. Let's say, yeah. Roll one of the stats.
I'll roll my deceive, yeah.
You're just rolling a stat. I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
Damn.
Surprisingly
Holy
good.
shit.
I see everything.
She strikes you across the face, but leaves like no damage. And she just.
Ira
starts
just
to
kind of has his
huffing.
hands clasped behind his back. He says, "It looks like I was not the one who was the only one left unaware of what they were permitting. Is that right, Savington?"
When I am Countess, your title will mean nothing.
He says, "My title is simply a formality." He says, "Everyone knows I come and go as fate demands it." He says, "There was importance. He says, I'm sure of it now." He says, "And if anything, you've provided me with some insight."
I am going to eat your brain the next time you show your face around my territory. She starts to move.
The elf. Okay.
She's actually kind of running. She's like hurrying for something.
Ira just kind of moves up to the dock. It's like a shot of him watching the boats kind of disappear on the horizon.
Yeah, there's a nice majestic shot like of there as they're peeling out and pulling what looks like
check
south.
this.
Oh, he's giant.
That's him. No, it's him in the foreground. You know, it's
There
like
you go. Yeah.
now he's giant stomping around. But it's a nice shot of him, like kind of standing there, you know, tall, and he'll speak to his brother and he'll say, "I believe it is time for us to return home."
I think that's a bad idea, brother.
I think that's a bad idea, brother.
do it if I
He'll say Ira after that as if addressing the other one, but that's what the line will be.
Brother.
Nissan!
Say that's it for there for now.
All right.
This is already a better ending than I could ever hope for.
I can't believe... We'll talk shop after.
Yeah.
Barden charges. He gets a good fucking hit in. On this guy stabs him clean in the center. This monk is losing. He's on the back foot now. And Barden is fighting, covered in blood, spurting out like an injured JoJo character. Sean, on to you.
All right. I think he's probably just gonna clear up the rest of the here with.
You haven't gotten to the end of this mini campaign and not used any of your stunts.
I know.
That was the
You're
hardcore
so
run.
aware.
I know that.
Okay.
Next.
Oh, doesn't need to with rolls like these.
Gosh.
God damn.
It's just a perfect roll. Sean, Can you think of anything cinematic to deal with both of these crowds at once? You're gonna win the fight.
Okay. Let's see. I would say it would rear back, and it would hold its like put its legs down and start to like rev its treads into the mud
Mm-hmm.
and into the stone, and just really start to kick up some speed and just ram into them and just put every fucking piece of itself against everybody that it possibly can at that moment. Just a wave of gore.
Okay, so you do these ones for. Do you just crash them into the building? You just drive into
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would, but do you want to get the Forgiven soldiers as well? What do you think?
Yeah.
What does the
Give me a-
soldier do?
Oh, them? I would
Yeah.
probably just regard them as like
Casualties.
yeah, just they'd just be any that are in there would get stuck in it. Fucked
Okay.
up.
Yeah, take a fate point for that aspect
All right.
as you crush the remaining Forgiven.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's that mob and friendly mob eliminated all in one fell swoop. Tusk.
All right.
Do it.
I realized because his last attack was successful. I realized we never worked out if the bleeding stacks or not.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So, all right. So Tusk, dagger in hand, close the distance between him and Hebram here. And why can't I grab Tusk? Jesus Christ.
Because you got pen
Foreshadowing
out.
there. Got the pen out. All right. But he'll approach Hebram, dagger in hand.
Yep.
And
Wait,
he'll oop,
I remember it took a while for me to get back to this, but I had a thought.
yeah.
It's gonna be mean.
Oh
I want to
no.
compel your invincible stat. You just delivered a decisive blow to your subordinate, a man who challenged you and who's not even on the brink of killing you. I don't want it to be a free shot that you give him, like you'll be able to defend his next attack, but I want to compel it to, like, you do something else this turn to give him another chance, to show him
I can
that,
do that.
even with another chance, he couldn't get you.
I'll take the compel.
It's dirty.
Uh,
Maybe just provoke this round, talk down to him.
yeah. Can I use it to try to create an advantage? Like, could I
That's
roll
totally
something?
fair. That's
Oh yeah,
Okay.
because if he fails in his next
Alright.
attack, then you're just gonna go ham on him.
All right.
Like that's a very good narrative.
Okay.
my will's trash anyways.
All right. Perfect. So I will. Rolling provoke. Tusk approaches you. Here's what we'll do. And as he's starting to look bigger again now, doing his usual blot out the sun, he's gonna take the dagger and he'll start to raise it, and he'll reach forward, and with one giant hand he'll take your arm, and he's gonna plant the dagger firmly in your hand.
You are so good.
He's gonna look down and say, "Finish what you started, Hebram."
So good.
Suicide is a coward's way out, and you did this to yourself.
Let's see, Hebs, how do you do? Oh, shit!
I love it.
Hebram pisses himself. Oh, God. I think would that just nullify your boost, or that's not how that works? I don't know, but he's got an advantage.
I mean, I'm gonna be rolling a +2, and you'll be. I mean, you get 2 +2s, don't you? You succeed with advance.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's very useful
Shit.
for you.
All right. God.
God.
Right, Hebram.
Ready?
You're done, my dude. Yep. I know this music.
I'm just gonna go straight to Hebram's turn. Let's resolve this here.
I think let's resolve this.
Eyes covered in blood.
You want to
and
reload
just as much.
right about now?
I'm gonna use my boost as well and see what happens. The dagger is
Alright.
thrusted upwards.
Oh, that is a really good ass one though. So this is with the advantage one of the advantages I just made.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Oh, so you're gonna leave a lasting mark on the man.
Yeah. Is 5 damage, is that severe or does that go into extreme?
That'll still be covered by severe.
Okay, I'll take it.
I want something with, as he brings it up, it meets on your eye. It doesn't have to blind you, but it is going to scar.
Is how you're gonna get a
You know
cool eye
what?
scar.
No, I'm honestly fine with it because Tusk's entire thing is that one eye peering out, and like
Oh.
how many times you would have
There you
seen that
go.
fucking one eye looking down at you.
Oh, so good. Thank you.
And I'll let you take that eye from him.
Oh,
I
so
think that's a good way because like him getting blinded in one eye, that's just like good like end game material.
Symbolism shit.
Yeah.
And
And-
standing there with the blade in your eye, he'll say, I told you, you're gonna remember me.
Yeah, and I want to say too, this isn't like a cool moment for Tusk. Like you drive that thing into his eye socket, and he will bellow.
He feels a little less invincible in that
Yeah,
moment.
you remind him in that moment, like he feels biting, life-threatening pain.
They'll stumble back, barely on my feet.
Tusk's
Blood
turn.
All right. Yeah, we just go into it. All right.
Let's see if I kill you.
You
If I
gotta,
get a
you gotta
kill
succeed
it-
on the roll. I'm not saying you're set
I
up
was
for
gonna
your
say he's
cinematic
got
kill.
he's
They
got
might fuck
no,
up.
he's got to succeed for it. So he will. If you said you kind of fell away.
just a little bit.
Yeah, if you're a little bit of a distance away,
Koresh runs in and mauls.
Tag me in, coach.
Dude, Koresh would be pissed.
he'll take the halberd from his back, and this is with that other bleed damage.
And your advantage?
Yeah, this is with my advantage, and then I want to throw in a fate point too.
Oh my god.
So
I mean, hey, baby,
Survive.
baby. What
Yeah,
about
man.
the bleed damage? I thought that applied to if you succeed on a fight, then apply that extra 1 to the damage.
Right, but he if he succeeds with style, he gets 2. So this is actually only the second time we're coming back around to Tusk doing
But
it.
not on the attack roll to succeed on that you hit them. I thought it was on the damage. You would add 1.
It essentially added +1 to the next time they were attacked by Tusk. If you,
I don't like that. I
Okay.
thought it was the thing that I thought.
No, I mean,
Go ahead.
No, this is so far near the end. Just play
Whatever.
it.
Okay. Alright.
Listen,
It's fucking
Go.
stunts. All
Yeah,
of you
that
people.
that's not as terrible, Kane. You might be all right.
do it. He doesn't.
Do
2.
you have any hit points left?
I don't. Put him down.
All right. You sure, Kane?
Of course. Do it.
Okay. He will. He'll take the halberd from his back and still just shouting, hand over the dagger in his eye. With his other hand, he'll take it and he'll just gore you right through the abdomen with it.
Do you have any words? He's just. Oh!
This is going to be like a different in your dying moments, Ibram. A very different Tusk. He's looking at you with one, literally now one, remaining. Very, very wide eye, just full of curiosity, trying to understand.
I'm smiling.
So is Tusk. And he'll say, "Well met."
General. And then he'll die.
Yeah. He'll wriggle that halberd free, but without kicking your body off of it the way that he's used to. He'll remove it and very dazedly slump over to Karish and kind of collapse onto the creature, like not mounted, just sort of slumped against it.
Oh, perfect. So, back on the field, as we cut away from the quietness of that, there's a hard cut to the loudness of Barden trading blows with this man who's having to like throw his environment at him, and he keeps there's one really meaty thud of just a rock crunching into his rib cage, clearly piercing a lung. Barton falls to his side on a knee and with wheezing breath looks up at the Esper and he says, "The Archbishop protects. I will eradicate you mutants." And he springs up and drives the blade through the side of the lower stomach and into the wall. He runs right up against him, but it's not a killing blow, and with blood spurting out of his mouth, the monk raises up and presses a hand to his forehead, and his eyes dart up to look at it, and there's just a horrific snapping sound as he goes
Yikes.
flying back, collapses limp into a building, and is unable to. The light fades from him. Basically out of turn order. Just gonna say fuck this whole thing. Sean,
Yeah.
wrap it up.
Zamboni.
All right.
You got this. Zamboni. You got this crowd and this barely alive monk stuck to a wall by a blade.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So, with the blood rage of everything going on, this thing is severely depleted of its resource, which is fucking blood and gore. So, it'll scoop up the people over here that it destroyed, any that can find in the rubble, start just piling them into itself, and it'll go over to these guys over here. I need dead bodies. Basically, Sam beating him the pub and
Hoovering
tossing
him
them in the back. Then we'll come over here, make a pass, fire javelins into these guys as much as I can, just kind of like a tank would, just rolling by.
They're in the middle of combat with the Forgiven. They are peppered. They are slain.
I'll do the same to these guys over here, picking them up. And then finally, it'll start to hover over to this guy over here.
He's slowly trotting, trying to run away. He's pried himself free of the blade, and he's limping along, arms swinging. He's desperately, like, throwing stuff behind him.
Yeah. This stuff will clink off and just fall to each side, and this thing will walk up to the guy, just and overtake him with one of its fucking hands, just knocking it to the ground, and it'll drag one of its arms over his face and just sort of twist and basically rip his head off.
Wow.
All right.
His scream sort of echoes as it is all but too quickly silenced, and his form collapses to the ground. Moderate consequence. And
Let's find head.
there's the chaos of war in the background, but here it is all too silent, as any assailants to anybody have completely been quelled. And gosh, we're at so many crossroads here, because I'm not, we're so toward the end of time. I'm not intending to do any more intensive rolls, but I'm trying to think of how I want to pitch the fate of Tusk.
What does Tusk do, right?
Oh, I know. I know who the arbiter of this is. Yeah, what's Tusk doing now?
So Barden's dead, yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry, Bardo.
Sorry, Bards. Shit. I think at this point he would, God, he would do what Tusk does. He would go forward.
Where's that?
Wow.
Where the fighting is.
Okay, then. Before you can get there, you were stopped. You turn and face Riker and a few bloodied, very just covered in blood, Court. And he says, "Well, you've had yourself a day."
He says, it is the final honor a hound may permit upon himself. To challenge his superior to a fight to the death. I understand your society is not dissimilar.
It's what it is. Well, it's a job well done, General. He'll throw that coned, bell-chimed hat at your feet. Say, left a bit of a mess, but nothing we couldn't handle. Lucky they didn't creep up on you. Yep.
He'll look across the decimation of the battlefield and say, "Is it over?"
Sure. For you.
The surrogate will toss Barden into its fucking.
Oh!
Then it'll move over towards Hebron.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Tusk will shout, "Wait!"
Hey, boys gotta eat.
He
At that,
says,
its sort of command seems to be over. And
Oh.
it starts to lift Hebron up.
Yeah, okay. Now that Riker's here.
oh god. He will say, "There is plenty of carrion for him to eat. He does not need to consume the lieutenant."
That's high-grade beef. Hell, I'm kind of Hey, save me a Pete. No, he's already... He scratches his beard. Damn it.
He says, "A trade baron."
He raises his eyebrow. Oh?
The elk.
Excuse me?
Wow!
He says, "Tell him to drop my lieutenant, and he can consume Karish."
Karen's who?
Jesus. He'll say, hey. Put a hand up. This 226. Halt.
The surrogate will have Hebron almost over the fucking maw and he'll stop.
Put it down. I'll lead you to plenty of supper elsewhere.
Some steam comes out of it and it just Hebron unceremoniously.
I've never
Tusk
eaten
will,
from
Tusk will take the reins from over Karish's head, visibly shaking as he does so.
No.
And
Jesus.
he'll say, "You are a sick man, Baron."
He didn't say anything.
And he will walk away. Karish's instinct, I'll be honest, is to start following as he walks to he
Oh.
He's gonna grab the reins.
No.
And as whatever begins happening, he will lift Hebron's body over his shoulder, blood just streaming from that gash in his eye. as he exerts himself, and he'll take the body on his shoulder and begin to walk away.
Oof.
He says, I'll tell you what. It's going to take you a while to get out of town without the thing. To be honest, we ain't done here. But you are. But I'm going to need you to get out of town. You're no longer relevant here. This is a court operation, and I need you not to interfere with what we're going to have to do to those fellows over there. And he nods at the Forgiven, who are starting to turn and regard you.
He'll look to the Forgiven and back to you, and he'll say, if they are strong, they will overcome you.
No.
He will say very dismissively, but they are not strong.
He says, it's not they ain't strong, but we got numbers, and we're inevitable.
Oh.
He's going to release Karish. Now go and get.
Karish trots over, not understanding what just happened. Tusk will he'll hop on and he'll begin like tying Hebron around his back.
Oh, I'm so happy. My stomach was like not okay.
And he'll look over and he'll say, "You won't find any trouble from me, Baron. I know you know that." Says, "I go where arrows need to fly. Maybe we'll meet again."
Arrow's a bit dated down here. I don't think nobody needs you here in the Gulf. And he's going to adjust the rifle on his shoulder and say, it's a good thing to know your place.
He'll
Before you speak, Mac, is Ira just going to leave or reconnoiter with people?
No, I was gonna say if you ever came back to me, Ira was straight up just gonna have disappeared. Like he's gone.
Okay. All right, back to you, Dave.
All right. He actually doesn't have anything cutting for that. He's already starting to move when the Baron says it.
They'll turn to regard you as you pass by with Hebron's body. And he does hold a hand up to courtiers who are looking kind of duplicitously toward him, and he just lifts a hand and shakes his head. And then, once you're past, their attention turns toward the Forgiven, at which point the camera darkens and we go back to...
Well, I have a small
Okay.
ending thing, if
Okay.
you're cool with it.
All right,
I'll
I thought you just
pitch it
vanished,
to
but
you.
yeah.
Well, he does. Like, you initially get the shot of him vanishing.
Okay,
Like,
there-
we can do this
so
first.
there's a shot of the bay where you guys lost the Espers, and nobody's there, including you. And then the inside of the temple, and you're not there either, and a panning shot of the whole wide, blood-soaked valley, which you are absent from every picture. Where are you?
So this is what I was going to pitch to you. These boats, inevitably they make some stops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either that, or I was thinking maybe an injured Esper waves one down, having made it out of camp, and reconnoitering with their party on the ships. And then kind of as the camera pans around, it's like Ira sitting on the ship.
Unnoticed?
Unnoticed, just kind of curious to see where this takes him.
Okay.
Cool.
Hitchhiking on his way back home.
Cool.
He gets that. Gosh. Hold on, scoop us over. Where, none of these people are relevant anymore.
Come on.
I guess I'm gonna toss this one to Tusk. Where is Hebron buried?
So, I guess if there's just like a voiceless shot, where Tusk would return to the north.
Okay.
Where is the army really like stationed? Like the Hounds army?
Hounds? You're kind of on the move around Terra.
Because we're invading, but I'm like, if they have like a area of operations or like a camp that's like kind of the main one that he would return to.
Around here.
Okay,
At
so that's where
Lover's
he's
Folly.
headed. And he would return Hebram's body, of all things, to be buried with honors.
And, oh, that's right. I was going to offer this up at the end of a campaign, and it's an optional thing. Do people have intents for where they want their character? The option of to give me the intent of where you want your character to go, or to sort of, since you'll not be operating them, give them to me as story elements, and you'll see where they end up in the course of history. For what I see fit, and ideally respectfully.
In the instance of Tusk having
Do you have an idea for
survived,
Tusk?
I was gonna say, like, if I'm whatever you have planned, I'm okay retiring on him. So if you've got a thing, he'll kill Arya and it'll all come full circle.
He rides back in.
That would be an interesting one. Mac, what about Ira?
Yeah, you can. I imagine he's a lot of legend, so like whatever. There's a lot of probably
There's a lot I can do with
misconceptions around what happened here, like whether he just vanished, whether he helped her, whether like whatever happened, it can be skewed in a bunch of ways. So whatever you believe, and wherever he ends up.
And I've already prearranged this with Sean. That's not something we need to discuss. It's fucked.
Yeah, me too.
It's pretty fucked
I
up.
should say that as of the end here, his intent is, first of all, he's following the Espers because he believes that seeing that was, important. And then second of all, he's going to try to migrate home to try to uncover some sort of mystery about why he can divine fate. So that's sort of his thought process in the end.
Okay. And that was the fate of the Espers. They're out there, somewhere, scattered. Many are taken and they're subject to the court's will, but there are those out there. They're still in rebel territory today. Confederates. I have hope that one day we'll see them again. But till now, it's no mention in the history books. But hey, I wouldn't be arbiter if I didn't believe. And the storybook closes on that one.
Cool.
All right.
That's one done. A session later than expected.
One done.
Well,